Now today, ladies and gents, is the 1st of March, and it is a day where we get to see Nio giving us the total deliveries they saw for the month of February, or for the previous month. You will know that each and every month, beginning of each month, we get to see the total deliveries that EV makers or automakers like Nio delivered or produced for the previous month. And as seen on the screen, Nio for the month of February, they saw total deliveries of around 8,132 deliveries. Out of these, 3,000 or over 3,300 were sedans, whilst the of course 4,700 or over 4,700 were of course SUVs. You will know that on the sedans it's not only of course the ET7, ET5, it also include the ET5 Touring, which is of course shooting brake or station wagon. Now this means that year to date, January, February, Nio has sold or delivered over 18,100 deliveries. Now comparing this against last year after the February deliveries were announced, Nio was sitting at 20,000 or just over 20,000 deliveries, which, knowing that right now we are over 18,000 or just over 18,000 deliveries, Nio is a bit behind comparing to the kind of deliveries they were sitting at last year around the same time. But the good thing is this: to sum up Q1, Nio still need to deliver their March deliveries, of which last year's March deliveries were sitting at around 10,000 or just a bit over 10,300, which I think this year we might get to see, of course, better deliveries than those that, of course, we saw, of course, last year. Reason being, ladies and gents, Nio right now in March, they are starting to deliver their latest 2024 models, which is something that is pretty good, and I think that will or might trigger some good demand into Nio, because ladies and gents, these upgrades that we've discussed a bit, I think they will attract or bring in some good inflows into, of course, the Nio or Nio potential customers, or those that want to buy the Nio cars. I mean, after all, the price wise, we already know that Nio told us that the price is going to remain the same. So meaning that the price that we are buying the 2023 Nio ET5 Touring, for instance, is the same price that you would buy the 2024 ET5 Touring, which is something that is pretty good in that manner, and I think it will boost their sales. So though we are sitting or we are lagging by 2,000 from last year's deliveries of the first 2 months, I think we can still easily catch up, because March, like I said, 2023 Nio delivered over 10,300. So I think we will easily thresh that over 10,300 that Nio delivered in March this year, because of the new vehicles that Nio is starting to sell, or of the 2024 models of vehicles that Nio is starting to sell now in March. So I know that probably we wanted Nio to do more than the 8,100 that they delivered, of course, this month. But I personally think that, yeah, this 8,100 is still pretty good, looking at the fact that, ladies and gents, there was a Chinese holiday, which last year also came around end of January, beginning of February, which resulted in the January deliveries for Nio to become 8,500. So yeah, I think there's still a very big room to improve when it comes to the total Q1 deliveries, which Nio will announce when they report their March deliveries. I hope for the best, and I hope to see deliveries picking up, so that at least Nio can beat the overall over 31,000 deliveries that they saw for Q1 of 2023. If Nio can beat that, I think it will be good news to us. Though we've gotten some big analysis of big financial institutions like Deutsche Bank, who have came this morning and said that they believe that Nio will not beat, of course, the deliveries they reported in Q1 of last year, and that is over 31,000 deliveries you're talking about, but rather they see them delivering total Q1 deliveries in the mid 20,000, meaning that they are expecting an average of around 25,000 of the total Q1 deliveries that Nio will sell this year, which personally I think I beg to differ, because right now, like I'm saying, we are getting to see Nio starting with delivering the new models at the same price as the old models, and that I think it should give a boost or bring some good at least demand onto Nio, of which should Nio deliver anything over 13,000 deliveries for March, which I think is very much possible, then they have threshed the kind of deliveries they reported in Q1 of 2023. So I think it's possible, though Deutsche Bank is seeing around 25,000 deliveries for the entire Q1. I still think, I still see Nio delivering over 30,000 deliveries for Q1, and of course we'll see how that unfolds from the NAV insurance registrations. I mean, the very same NAV insurance registration that some of the people don't want to look at are the ones that gave us, or that made me easily conclude that Nio is not going to deliver 10,000 deliveries this month. I mean, NAV insurance registration that came out on Tuesday for last week showed that Nio had 5,100 excluding European sales and some of these sales, of course, but these now 8,100 just simply means that including the European sales, including the 4 days sales, or this week sales ending on Thursday, and some of the other sales that might not be perfected on the, of course, insurance registration, in Nio came up with just over 8,100, which, like I said, also much we are going to track how Nio is reporting the NAV insurance registrations, because this is what tell us or give us a guidance on what to expect at the end of each month. So though they are not showing the actual sales, but they give a guidance on what to expect in terms of sales, which is something that is pretty good right now. Though this 8,100 or over 8,100 deliveries is lower than the January deliveries, and also lower than the over 12,000 deliveries they reported in February of last year, I still think these are pretty good, decent deliveries. I mean, especially looking at the fact that the NAV retail sales, ladies and gents, from the 1st to the 25th of February was down 44%. This shows you that these low deliveries are not only impacting, or are not only implicating Nio, but it is on all spheres of the companies that are in these, of course, new energy vehicles, or the new energy vehicle companies, which is something that, of course, it makes me want to, of course, say that Nio did pretty good. I think 8,000, it's better. It's not good rather, but it's better. And I think we should focus on we should look forward to the March deliveries, because March, we know that everything is back to normal. Business will be going as usual throughout the whole month, which is something that, of course, that gives me hope. Plus Nio starting with the deliveries of the new, of course, 2024 models. So next week, ladies and gents, on Tuesday, Nio will be giving us their Q4 earnings, which of course we have done a video discussing on what to expect. I mean, Deutsche Bank this morning also touched base on what to expect on those earnings, and they see, of course, gross margins going back to double digits, and that is 10%, and of course vehicle margin sitting at 13%, which is something that is pretty good if we get to see that. But one thing that they were negative about, ladies and gents, is of course the guidance, which, like I said, that they said that they are seeing Nio having total deliveries of around 25,000 for the entire Q1. That is the only bad thing, which I personally think that 25 is too low. And on Tuesday we're going to get the actual numbers that Nio intends to deliver for the month of March 2024. So I look forward to those earnings, but of course we won't go into deep what Deutsche Bank said. I think I'll just do probably a separate video about that, or discussing what Deutsche Bank said about Nio probably tomorrow. But so we know that they are positive in some of the things, but a bit negative on the delivery guidance for Q1. So we'll see, and like I said, we'll discuss that probably in detail on tomorrow's video. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I just thought I'd just give you this quick update. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. And once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell, so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop in new content. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey. And before you buy Nio for the very first time, it is always good that you do your own due diligence, so that at least you can be comfortable as you are investing onto this stock. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.